Hey there, it's Stephanie from SixFiguresUnder.com, where we make our personal finances public. Have you ever wanted to take a peek inside someone else's budget and figure out how other people manage their money? Well, that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to take you in and show you our April 2018 budget, show you how we spent our money, and give you some insight into how we budget. If this is something you're interested in and you want more frugal inspiration and financial motivation, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything. Now, the way we manage our budget is we live on last month's income. So at the beginning of every month, we have the entire income from the previous month available to budget. So when we started out April, this amount here was the total amount we had earned in March. And so we, at the beginning of April, or at the end of March, budgeted the whole month out, and now I'm going to show you how that turned out, what we ended up spending. We start with tithing. We tithe 10% on our income from the previous month. We do the whole month at a time. So this shows you right here what we earned in March, and so we tithe 10% on that. We give a fast offering each month. Our monthly bills are pretty steady. We know exactly what to expect with them. The one thing, you can see what we spent here, but the one thing I want to point out is our mortgage. We recently refinanced our mortgage from a 30-year down to a 15-year, which increased what we pay for our monthly payment from $2,500 to $3,200, so $700 more. And I have a post up on my blog that goes through all the details, why we did it, how much we paid, the difference in interest, all the details. I'll leave a link in the comments to that blog post. But I want to do a little explaining here to explain why it looks like we only put $652 toward our mortgage this month. So we have to go back to March to make it make sense. So in March we set aside $3,200 for our new mortgage, except because we were between mortgages, we didn't have an actual payment due. But we did have to pay some money toward our refi. That's what this is here, this $1,682, and then a 20% wire fee for our new mortgage. We were also refunded $434 from our old escrow. And so it looks like we spent $1,200 in March, leaving $1,900 that will move over to April. But we also, I should note that we wanted $6,400 here. So we wanted to be 2 months ahead on our mortgage. So we were using March's payment to do part of that. And then in April, we got another refund, a big refund, $3,690 from our escrow. They had a big cushion of escrow money in there, and we got that back over the month or so after closing with them. So this also includes our payment at the end of April, the payment that's due May 1st, we made at the end of April. So that includes taking that $3,200, and we wanted $3,200 remaining here as an extra buffer. We already live on last month's income, so we're already a month ahead, but we wanted to be 2 months ahead with funds for our mortgage, just as an extra precaution. So I wanted this to be $3,200, so in order to do that, this is how much, $652 is how much we needed to put in because we had such a big refund on escrow. So this is after the mortgage payment. We still have that left, so that in May we put in another $3,200 and end up with $6,400 here, but then $3,200 will come out during May. So I hope that made sense. If not, leave me a question and I'm happy to answer. All of our other monthly bills are pretty standard. Trash and water come every other month, so I budget for half of what the bill normally is. Electricity varies. I like to put $300 there. Usually it's under $300, and then at the end of the month I just zero out what's left in here. So at the beginning of the month we had $300 here. So then at the end of the month it had this $88 that was left, and so I put that somewhere else. Whoops. Let's put that back to normal. Okay, our variable expenses, our everyday expenses. For groceries, I usually set $400 a month for our family of 7. We usually try to spend $350, and then the extra $50 we either, order meat from Zaycon fresh in bulk, or this month we needed to renew our Sam's Club membership, which was $45. So we spent about $350 on food, and then another almost 50 on our Sam's Club membership. Gas is about $3.30 where we live, something like that. So we spent about $400 on gas. Clothes, $73, which I'm totally happy with. I got a suit for my husband, a brand new suit, name brand suit on eBay for $50, $60 with shipping. He's a hard size to find because he's really tall, and so I was really excited to find that, and he wears suits a lot, so that was a good purchase for us. Household, we usually set at $100, $150, so we were happy to be under this month. For fun, $6 we spent on Redbox movies, I think. Animals, $95, that's high this month. There was a sale on chicken feed, and so we got 8 bags. It was $11 for a 50-pound bag, which is a good price for where we live. Kids activities, $38. We were in a musical production and had to get some different things for costumes, some fabric and some clothes at the thrift store for our costumes. Periodic expenses. These are our sinking funds. So we didn't have any car repair this month. We put in $300. We're sitting at $843 for what we have saved. Medical, we put in $100. We used about $55 for prescriptions or copays for visits. Right now we have about $400 in that category. Dental, we put $30, have $120 sitting in there. Our registration smog, we put $40 a month, have $104 in there right now. Birthdays and gifts, we put $40 a month, have $122, didn't spend anything there. Same with Christmas, put $100 in. Life insurance, if we put $70 each month, we have what we need when the payments due. We had about $1,000 set aside for some home projects that we want to do. We haven't got around to those yet, but we spent about $16 getting some soil for some things that we want to plant. We kind of have a makeshift planter bed that we made out of some scrap wood that we had, and we needed some more dirt for that. We didn't put anything in furniture, though we still have $40 sitting around there. For vacation and family reunion, we have a family reunion coming up this summer, so we're just setting aside a little bit of money each month for that. We put aside $200. For allowance, we do $60, about $60 a month. We give our kids 50 cents for each year of their age. So our 10-year-old gets $5 a week, our 8-year-old gets $4 a week, and so on. I'll have a whole video up on that at some point here, how we do that. Okay, our rainy day funds. Our emergency fund, we were able to put more toward this month because we did get the big refund from our escrow, and so we didn't have to put all the money that we would normally budget for our mortgage. So that's where a lot of this extra toward our emergency fund came from. But we were able to put $3,400 toward our emergency fund, along with some interest that it got. So we're up to about $14,500. We just put $100 toward our kids' 529s. It's not much, but we set it up a while ago, back when we were still paying off debt. $25 for each of our kids. At the time, we only had 4. This retirement money comes right out of my husband's check, but I put it in here. I add it into our money received and then have it in here just to keep track, just because I like to know. We're putting $550 a month that automatically comes out toward my IRA so that at the end of the year it will be maxed out. This is money that we set aside, 25% of my blog earnings that go toward our tax liability. My husband, between what he sets aside or what he has withheld at his day job and this, that covers all of our taxes for both of our businesses, his law firm and my blog, and his regular day job. We have an annual plan with our tax preparer that costs us $90 a month, and don't worry, it saves us more than we spend. Okay, I want to take a quick peek at May. We've already budgeted. It's a week into May when I'm making this video, so we've already budgeted and spent some of this money. So as a refresher, we started May out with all the money that we earned in April. We set that money aside during April as we earn it, and it all comes up here to the top of May, and then we budget that out. A lot of the categories, they're just the same every month. Some of them vary. We put a little bit more into fun because we're planning to get a pool pass for our family, and a little bit more in kids activities because I think we have some things coming up. You can also see that of our $400 food budget, we've already spent $367. We do a monthly grocery shopping trip where we go to Winco, Sprouts, and Sam's Club, and I'll have a video up on that soon. So if you like grocery hauls, if you like to see how we keep a $400 food budget for a family of 7, subscribe to my channel. I'll have our monthly grocery haul video up shortly. I just want to point out, you can see how the month starts. All these nice, even, pretty looking numbers, but when it ends up, it's going to look more like this, where things aren't exact, and you can carry the extra over to the next month. But what we like to do, this is how we started when we were paying off debt. We like to take any of the extra in these categories and funnel it toward our whatever financial goal we're working on. Right now we're trying to get our emergency fund up to 6 months of expenses. So whatever we don't spend in clothing or groceries or fun, all of that money, instead of just carrying over to the next month, we put it all toward our goal for that month. So while these are all nice even numbers right now, at the end of the month they will hopefully be less than this, and the remaining, the extra in those categories, will go toward our goal. Also, if for some reason we need to spend $167 on kids activities, we take that extra $67 from somewhere else in our budget. It may be from one of these other categories that were just sinking funds, or it may be from our gas budget or our grocery budget. The extra spending has to come from somewhere though. So right now it looks like in May we're going to put $1,548 toward our emergency fund. So stay tuned to my channel to find out if that's actually how much we put, or if we're able to put more from saving money in some of these other categories. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I would love to chat with you. Thanks for watching.